The customer gave us a call because nothing in the house was flushing. They built this house about 25 years ago, and when they did, they put these beautiful redwood trees in. Unfortunately, this one's growing out of the second compartment. And if you come over to the other side here, you see this tree right in front? That one's also right on top of the distribution box. So in order to get this thing to work, we have to dig down as close as we can to this tree and hope that we hit water. Let's dig it up and see what we find. So as you can see, there's a massive amount of roots, and at this point I'm thinking, did I mess up? Should I have even taken this job on? This is crazy. One of the people that looked at the jobs actually said, yeah, I'm sorry, that's just too much for me. I don't deal with trees. And he left. And the other guy was like, yeah, I'll fix it, but it's going to be $14,000. I came in and I said, for $375 an hour with a 2-hour minimum, I'll dig it up and I can see if I can fix it or not. Within those 2 hours, I'm going to know if I can fix it. And we're about reaching that 2-hour mark right about here. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to probe it to feel for rock. That's how I know I'm getting close, because I don't want to tear that pipe up. So before I got here, normally I have the customer pump the septic tank, or I come and pump the septic tank. That way a bunch of water doesn't come out in my trench. But in this case, where I can't get into the second compartment because there's no access because of the tree on top, I said let the septic tank fill up to past operating level, and if I get into this pipe here and the water comes rushing in, that's a good way to be able to determine whether or not we have flow. So I'm almost there. I'll be able to bust that pipe open and find out if we can actually fix this or not. Alright, so it looks like we hit water. Come check it out. I'm trying to do a voiceover, guys. I need silence. Thank you. Now back to our regular scheduled program. That is amazing that water's pumping out of there like that, because that means we have great flow from the septic. Against all odds, 2 giant redwood trees in a driveway and a crappy piece of pipe, the water is flowing. So now all we have to do is find a dry leach line and we can hook it back up. Alright, so I finally got through all that roots. Crazy amount of roots. And luckily, we're able to get the water to flow, so it's bubbling up over here. That's actually one of the reasons I didn't have them pump the tank, because I wanted the water level to be high, so that way, if I did get into this pipe, you'd be able to tell if there's water or not. Because see, here's a tree. It's right on top of that pipe. And the pipe goes under the driveway. And this other tree is right over the second compartment. Okay, so now all I have to do is go over there and probe some of those lines and find it, and then I can dig it up and verify that it's dry. Alright, that's the sound I was looking for. That sounds like dry rock to me. Let's get that excavator over there, dig it up, and see what we got. Nothing more satisfying than taking a nice big scoop of green grass. Unless it's your grass, and then you're like, ugh. But in this case, it's better than the alternative. I'm actually the only one willing to go there and try to fix the current system. If you were to go put a new leach field and pit like they wanted, that entire yard would basically just be flat dirt by the time they're done. And that grass looks really nice. Hopefully we can get this all fixed and not have to tear up their entire yard. Turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Smell my beard. Cheesy joke for you. When you're out on a job site, remember, never probe alone. Anyways, one more line to go. We'll get this bad boy hooked up and we'll be good to go.
Well, I saw you setting the mood like a light in the smoky room, dancing to the blues like a disco groove, catching every eye. When I saw you looking at me with a smile like you wanted me. Saying, boy, come on, will our break be gone? I just had to try. You just move, baby, move any way you need. How do you do it, darling? Got me on my knees, on my feet. You can take me to the left, baby, take me to the right. You can take me for the rest of my life. Just move, baby, the way you move is moving me. What could I do? Follow along with your hips, feet, heartbeat, song, the flowing dress in your hair. Girl, it ain't fair, whatever you do, just don't stop. You just move, baby, move any way you need. How do you do it, darling? You got me on my knees, on my feet. You can take me to the left, baby, take me to the right. You can take me for the rest of my life. Just move, baby, the way you move is moving me, yeah. Just move, baby, move any way you need. How do you do it, darling? You got me on my knees, on my feet. You can take me to the left, baby, take me to the right.
Okay, so what I did here was actually really simple. The distribution box, you could not access it because of the tree on top. So I found a line that had good water flow, and I tied onto that, and then I just rehooked up the leach lines a little bit further down where there was no roots. Now everything's going to flow perfectly. There's no need for a new leach line because the ones out there are already dry. For more septic information, you can follow me at Simple Septic Secrets on Instagram, YouTube, or you can email me, Christopher at Simple Septic Secrets, if you want to learn more about your septic, or if you're having trouble and you'd like me to get on the phone and give you a hand. If you have any suggestions for my podcast, or if you have any questions you'd like me to answer on my podcast, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments, and I'll address those for you.